Hi guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. This is a price analysis update on Polkadot. We'll take a look at a few key levels throughout this video. For the level where we did wick right down to, which was pretty nasty, nothing to worry about that pretty much happened across the entire market. And then we'll have a look at some levels above where we could look to either accumulate or take profit. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So what a few weeks we've had in cryptocurrency. I mean, Bitcoin hit its highs, a few altcoins, especially the likes of Polkadot, hit highs towards the beginning of November, and then it's been pretty much 3 to 4 weeks of red candles. It's not been the best period to watch, but if you are an investor, then these are opportunities that should not be missed. Whenever you're looking to buy projects, you should be looking when the market is fearful, when the dips are severe. Those are times to buy, especially if a project is fundamentally sound, like Polkadot. We've got a hell of a lot going on for Polkadot. We've got parachain auctions that are now in full swing. I think it might be 3 that are now confirmed. And these parachain auctions is going to keep running and running all the way through until March of 2022. Each time a project does confirm that slot, more Polkadot getting locked up. That then builds up into scarcity. The more scarcity is involved in an asset, the more pump and mentals it has, because there's less on the exchanges to bring the price up. I mean, that can be the same in the opposite direction, but knowing the fact that quite a substantial amount of the supply is going to be locked into these parachain auctions for the next 2 years, then I think that's very, very bullish. So looking at the daily time frame, we did drop all the way down to actually this week here at $24, which was insane. Personally, I didn't see us dropping below this. This was a full retracement of the entire move, and that's what we've done in terms of FIB. We've done a full retracement. We've actually come back down to this area of support, which is that $25 region. If you're looking at past, it's been a very, very clear confluent area that we've used as support and resistance. So if you look here, we resisted first, we broke through, and then 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm not going to count them. You can see how many times we've used this $25 to $26 region as support. Massive area of support here when we had that breakout of that cup and handle here, and we used that $25 region as support, and we've come back down. Unfortunately, we have dropped down here, but I'm not going to say bullish, but what is the best thing is happened is we've not had any closures below this point here. I think if we did get some closures down towards below this wick here at $22, then you could expect that the price would pretty much drop right down to this $13 region. But we have had a reaction so far. That's not just on Polkadot, that's on the entire crypto market. If you look at BTC, we have that wick was horrific, but we're having a bit of a push here. Just covering Bitcoin for a second, I had this trend line marked up for a while. And what we need to do is really regain back above that trend. We've actually tested that trend line and rejected off it so far. What we need to do is start closing some daily candles above 52k. Once we do even this area here, this daily level of resistance at 52,800, if we do flip that, then things will start to target, because that's a key area there. And if you look all the way around here, it's another key area. So for me, that is an area we need to dominate, then to use this trend and start pushing up and creating the all-time high. So that's what we need to happen for the rest of the market to pull up. Polkadot, looking at this though, just putting the bearish hat on first and have a look at some key areas we could potentially invest in. Just looking at the RSI down here, the RSI is pretty much now into oversold territory, and for that we need to potentially think that is a bottom, because let me just change that pencil to white. We need to consider that as a bottom, because every time the RSI does come down to these regions, then you are getting bounces. I mean, if you look here on the pencil, if you look here, we had a bounce which was here and we pushed to the upside. If you look here, getting towards that oversold territory there, bang. And then we've come back down now again here. We are oversold. I really think it is time to push on. And that, hopefully, fingers crossed, is a bottom. We may potentially be range bound for a little while. If we're just looking at this, we could now break here and we could just go sideways, up and down for a foreseeable couple of weeks until Christmas, before we do then potentially get a breakout going in towards January. That is a potential setup. But looking at the bearish phase that I did say, if you're looking for buys, I would put some here at 26. bang in this middle of here. 20, I mean, you could ladder him down, maybe 26 all the way down to 24. Could be a couple of areas where you could potentially load up. And then we have this wick here. If we just put horizontal ray from this wick, that is a potential bottom that could be tapped, but it would only be a tap, so that's 22.62. But just be wary. If we did wick down there, it would be a wick and a push back up, in my opinion, because we are not in ready for a bear market yet. So that is the areas I would consider buying. Very, very bottom would be 22.62. I'm surprised it's not touched that on this dip, but the dip finished and we did start to push on. This is what I'm envisaging now. I'm envisaging a bit of sideways action over the course of the next few weeks, but fingers crossed, I'm proven wrong on that. Just looking at moving averages here, I use V50 and V20, and we have formed a bearish cross here. If you're looking at bearish crosses, usually they pretty much tell you something that's already happened. So as you can see that there, this actually started happening here already. I don't know why my pen keeps going red. That's quite annoying. But that is an area what's already happened. So if you're looking at that, we are now starting to push up. We could get a bullish cross now up here somewhere, and this would already have happened, if you know what I mean. So a price action would start pushing up. I'm expecting that we do get that bullish cross fairly soon over the course of the next couple of weeks, and I'm expecting the price to push up. But if we're looking for some take profit regions and areas where we can accumulate more on Polkadot, the first main region I would look to sell is $37. That is a valid area of daily resistance. We're going to have 46, and then we've got an all-time high at 55. So accumulation levels are those 3 points there. We have got 37, 46, and $54. Those are three areas I would be looking to skim a little bit of my portfolio, maybe 5, maybe even up to 10%, just in order to buy back, because when you do hit these levels of resistance, you do get rejections. Even if it's 1 to 5 to 6%, whatever it is, you can pretty much accumulate and build your bags up in that way. So all in all, I'm expecting a little bit of sideways action before we do start to rally. And that's not just on Polkadot, that's across the entire board. It's not too often you get the RSI on the daily time frame going into oversold territory. And when it does give you that fuzzy feeling that now is the time to buy. And that's very similar to periods when you're getting overbought. You can see we had a drop there. We was overbought here when we hit all-time highs, and we have crashed right down. So that's that pair pretty much covered. What I just want to cover is the BTC pairing, which I'm a little bit bearish on the BTC pairing. I know it's bounced, but the rest of the market has bounced too. I'm expecting Bitcoin to rally soon. When that does happen, whether that's tomorrow, whether that happens in 6 weeks' time, altcoins in the Satoshi pairs will drop. If you're looking for some buys, this is a region here at 5,000 Satoshis. I would be placing some bids there, and if you're looking to take profits on Bitcoin into altcoins, then look at 5,000 sats on Polkadot in Satoshis. One thing that I just would make you aware of, obviously if Bitcoin does start to rally soon, that will pull the market dominance up. Satoshis will drop, so maybe wait till we do get a peak on Bitcoin. Timeline on that is unknown, but once that does peak, you then recycle those profits into altcoins using the Bitcoin dominance chart, and that will spin round, and then the market will push on in either direction. So I'm not going to look at any take profit regions, because I'm a little bit bearish on the BTC pairs, because I'm expecting that rally on Bitcoin coming fairly soon. So that's going to pretty much do it for the analysis on Polkadot. I'm still bullish. It's been pretty much horrific 4 weeks, hasn't it? It's not been enjoyable, but if you're an investor, nothing to worry about. These markets pull back significantly at times, and like I've mentioned towards the beginning of this video, use those as accumulation points. It is hard to get the mental state right. So you see the price pushing up and you're thinking, wow, the price is flying. I really, really want to buy this. I want to catch a pump. But when it's down here, people really don't consider buying because they're fearful. The best way you can treat this is to buy when others are fearful. It's hard to get your head around, but once you do realise that people are actually panicking due to no other reason other than a Bitcoin manipulation drop, you do then start to think, oh, wow, there's a lot of profit to be made from here. So buy the fear is all I can say. Monitor that greed and fear index, and when it's starting to rally, when it's pushing up to 80-90%, then it will be a good time to sell. So that's going to do it. If you want any more advice or any help with anything, jump into my Patreon. We've got a Discord server with a hell of a lot going on. This is the Discord server here. Coin of the day, daily analysis. I push out as much as I can daily videos just for Patreons in this server. You can go for a Patreon if you want to just join the Discord itself. We can do a range of crypto payment in there if you wish. AMAs for me, open trades, chart requests. You can pretty much ask for any charts that are required. So if you want, that's some extra content there from my channel. So that's going to do it. Like I say, if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.